Hey guys, and welcome back to Blitzkrieg 3. It is Krebsy here with some cool stuff that I'm going to be showing you guys today. In fact, what we're going to be doing is not watching these guys try to push this truck up the hill. There's going to be a lot more interesting things to do than watch them do that. But what we're going to be doing is watching some replays of people trying to destroy my defenses. And will they be successful? Because check this out, we've got a rather mixed bag. We have victories, we have defeats. It's going to be interesting to see exactly what they did. Okay, so the first one that I'm showing you guys is one that I won, and it took about 2.5 minutes to do it. So this guy's probably going to get absolutely obliterated. Well, of course he is. But I want to see exactly how he did it. He's got a lot of heavy armor. Notice the amount of Jagd Panthers here. That is a lot. And also the Tiger Ps. His abilities, smokescreen, howitzers, he's got incendiaries, and also the call on for more reinforcements. He's also got a few infantry, but overall it seems like his forces is actually quite like a skeleton force. It doesn't seem like a lot. So he immediately takes out my first KV-1, which kind of sucks. I'm actually thinking if I should move this one back a little bit, because the idea of it was to try and scout out for my artillery at the back to try and pound the enemies, but I think if anything, it just ends up dying and not really doing anything beneficial for my defenses. So I think I need to move it back, although I'll probably have to move this mine as well. So he's just moving in his first tanks just to clear out whatever positions I have initially. And check this out! I've got sight on his vehicle, and that howitzer barrage is laying into him. Look at the amount of damage that this Tiger P has taken, and he is going to be finished off. That is him down. What else do we got? We also got this Jagd Panther that's taking a lot of damage. Howitzer finishing him off. Wow, that was really quick, and more howitzer damage coming down. This is the thing. This is the beauty about the logic behind my idea, my defenses, was to keep everything that's supposed to just obstruct the enemy from moving on forward at the front and provide sight so that my howitzers can freely barrage the enemy who is trying to attack. And check this out, his force is just crumbling here. He already had a skeleton army, and just having those howitzers nailing down whatever forces he does actually have just means that it dies so quick, and his infantry have fallen like flies due to mortar barrages, due to mine placements, and all that is left is this badly damaged Jagd Panther that no longer exists. So the next one that I'm going to show you is one that happened just a few minutes ago. It was this American guy, which I don't really actually see that often. I don't see the American forces a whole lot. It's usually Germans or Russians. So I'm intrigued to see how this guy actually fares up against my defenses. And yeah, again, this is what I'm talking about. I really gotta move that KV-1 back because it just dies and it doesn't really do anything. Look, you just managed to get one shot off on the M18 over here. Yeah, so it doesn't really do a lot. I mean, the nice thing at least is if it would allow other things to shoot at the enemies, but not even that happens. So all these guys are relatively safe at the moment. They've managed to take out a KV-1, which is good for them. And actually, did he get ready to lose something? Because he's down to 90% of his... Oh, no, that's me. Never mind. I'm looking at the wrong thing. So he's moving up some tanks along the left-hand side, seeing what work he can make. But what he's also doing that I don't really agree with is, check this out, he's just keeping his tanks just sitting in one place. Just letting the howitzer at the back demolish him. I think at the very least what he should be trying to do is, if he's gonna try to destroy my emplacements, maybe using one vehicle and then microing it around, you know, trying to dodge my artillery. At the very least, try to get as much distance from that position as possible. So maybe placing it right around this square that I'm showing you guys maybe would be a better position to shoot at that bunker than over here, which is closer. But anyway, he's going to devote some artillery down to along the left-hand side, and he actually breaks up some of my tank traps and my defenses over there. So he's gone for a pure artillery setup. This is kind of interesting. So he's got both the accurate sort of salvos, but he's also got the more dispersed ones as well. Both mortars and howitzer barrages. So he's going to put down more artillery along the left-hand side. He tried to get up some infantry, but they were quickly punished by the howitzer. And now he's trying to use the M18 to finish off this emplacement, but man, it's just such a predicament that he's in, because when he wants to take out this emplacement, he's just meeting difficulty where he needs to take it out, but the moment that he wants to take out this emplacement, he might get barraged by mortars or that howitzer. And so all he's left to do is spend his barrages to try and take it out, but look how much damage his barrages are doing. Almost nothing. The amount of barrages that he's already spent to try and destroy this position, and it is just still standing there firm, close to destruction but still alive. That is the point. And now he's left with 70% of his forces, a bunch of his vehicles gone. These M18s actually do a lot of damage to emplacements that I've noticed. They're actually doing some pretty darn decent work. And check this out. Also, a relatively long sight distance as well. Check out how much damage he's doing to my anti-tank emplacement. But oh, the howitzer! Giving off the final blow, an eye for an eye. That's a trade that I'll take, an emplacement for one of his vehicles. He really just does not have much left here. But that's very surprising how much damage he can do to my emplacements. And it's actually making me think if I should try to upgrade my construction yard so I can try to get improved anti-tank gun emplacements as soon as possible, because those are just 3 shots pretty much from one M18. You can imagine if you brought up 2 of them or 3 of them at a time, that would have just been down instantly before it could even have done anything. So that would have been terrible. So he's setting up an M3 half-track, and he really should have done this a lot earlier to scout up ahead, but oh my gosh. Sacrifices being made here. How many lives must be lost just to gain sight a few meters ahead, or to push up a few meters ahead? That is the question that we are trying to answer here. How many lives must be lost just for a few meters? And I think what he was trying to do was maybe see how much forces I still had remaining, or just to try and spot exactly where my howitzer was. But he didn't get to see my howitzer. He did get to see what was ever here, and he devoted some barrages on top of the mortar emplacement. So now he's going to set up some like battalions along the left hand side, and oh man, separating his forces out, meeting a huge amount of anti-tank forces here on the left hand side, crushing his armor, his mechanized forces, and now just probably going to be, well, his inevitable demise. We're going to speed this up because, yeah, his guys are just going to be dying very, very quickly here. These are anti-personnel mines that are obstructing him from moving through the middle, and so he's going to push up along the left-hand side, meeting, oh my jeez, I wish we slowed that down, but he met my MG fire and then some mines to stop him as well. So I think it's also important to learn where you lose in a game as well, and this is one that I lost in, and it was about 9 minutes, so I'm intrigued to find out, how did this guy manage to successfully destroy my defenses and get past them? And the first thing that I noticed is that he's got higher tier vehicles than I've seen in the other 2 instances where those guys lost against me. Yeah, look at this. We've got Tigers here. We've got 3 Tigers. We've got a Ferdinand, a Jagd Panther, and also a mixture of lower tier vehicles, because you've got obviously like a cap of how much you can take in. So I think he's obviously tried to bring in as many of the heavy vehicles as possible, but he also wants to have some sort of lower tier stuff as well mingled in. So he's bringing up the infantry along the sides. He can't actually move up along the top side because of the cliff that's obstructing him from moving that direction, but he's devoted some barrages along the left on the western flank to try and soften up my obstacles. And talking about his abilities, he's got incendiary shells, he's got reinforcements, tank reinforcements, he's got mortar barrage and smoke. Oh man, in typical German fashion, Blitzkrieg, they just crashed into I don't think that was into a mine. I think that was, oh my gosh, these guys definitely just crashed into a mine. But they got obliterated by mortar fire. Look at all the damage coming down, but check out how much shots these Tigers can withstand, especially from the front. My vehicle's having trouble just even penetrating the frontal armor on these Tigers. The ricochets coming on down, but these forces that are heading down along the left-hand side quickly being destroyed by all the anti-tank capabilities on that western flank. And so the middle, which was actually supposed to be my strongest defenses, is kind of actually looking to fall a little bit short. He's devoting his howitzer barrages on top of my artillery to try and take it out, but these forces on the left are surely going to be dying. Oh man, they're actually sneaking on by. Of course, some of them are dying, but some of them are actually making it on by. It's actually rather scary to see that they're making such ground right past my defenses, and all he has left is literally just a few. Just a few men, not men, but vehicles. Look at them as they fall apart. The Hetzer, the farthest one to make it up that direction. The Ferdinand over here. My howitzer trying to lay down some destruction. It takes out that Hetzer, but one single vehicle alive, and it was the Ferdinand. That is until now. He's used his ability to call on more reinforcements, a very costly ability, 4 supply. You look at the howitzers and whatnot, that's only 2 supply, so half the cost. But he gets a nice 2 vehicles from that, albeit they are lower tier, but I don't think it even matters at this stage, because what he has now successfully been able to do is just get into my territory and start capping. And so I've got some infantry just held up inside these buildings who are throwing some anti-tank grenades, but I mean, really, these are like throwing potatoes against the armor of the Ferdinand. It just seems like that's the kind of capabilities that I'm getting. I mean, these infantry here were supposed to be anti-personnel, just in case if any sort of airborne infantry managed to sneak past my back lines. You know, that was their role. They were nowhere meant to be dedicated towards taking out vehicles of this nature. And so just placing down some incendiary shells to take out my stuff, and I'm just left completely naked here and almost, well, bewildered, flabbergasted at how he managed to crush the center of my defenses. And I have yet to see anybody even push along the right hand side yet. All these people just push along the left or the middle, but then again, I don't really have anything devoted here so much on the right hand side, and so he's just gonna cap everything, and that is me pretty much out. And that is how this gentleman ended up beating the defenses that were my were my defenses. So the first thing that I noticed was the fact that my KV-1 just died pretty much instantly. So what I'm going to do is actually move him on back, and I'm not exactly sure how much I want to move him on back. The main reason why I'm not sure is because I don't want to have everything clustered together so that he can just put down a barrage and get maximum value. I don't want that happening. I'm just going to move this back right around here, and hopefully that'll be okay. But my right hand flank has really not seen any attention whatsoever. It's still kind of a heavily fortified flank. I mean, there's a lot of vehicles here, but I just haven't seen anyone go up that direction. And maybe it's because they know it's just a death zone, right? It's making me think if I should devote more stuff to elsewhere. But at the same time, I'm not sure, because somebody might then push up along that flank, and that's not what I want. So what else? He managed to charge right through the middle. How can I improve this? I don't think there is a way that I can improve it, to be honest. I'm already, I think because of the patches, since I last played this match, I'm already over the limit of my supply group. So I think at most what I could do is maybe upgrade my Su-85s to the next tier of vehicles. That would provide more support, you know, do more damage. But what else? I mean, that KV-1, hopefully he'll be okay there. I could try to upgrade my construction yard. Hopefully within a few levels I can upgrade my other emplacements so that they have better defenses. And that's pretty much it. That's all I can really imagine right now. But I leave it over to you guys now. How do you think I can improve my defenses, especially towards the middle here, so that the enemies really won't have any success? What are your guys' thoughts? Maybe more anti-tank mines in the middle. That might do it. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. And until the next video, where we're probably going to be going on the offensive, Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.